I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver, I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of...
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just... From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball. Go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Rudolph looking to throw. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 43.
Ready? 50, plant. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, check 24. Check 24. Get it.
Now a handoff here to his running back. The tackle made there by Linval Joseph.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Let's go. 18 Gator. Choose the mic. Here we go. D. All day. Defense. All day. All day.
Play action. It's Rudolph. Rolling to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Second and 5 at the 33-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
He's coming. We got double up.
First carry for the Boise State Bronco, Alexander Madison. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Hey, Echo.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Stephon Tuitt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
Alpha.
Here's Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 38-yard line.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Vikings.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Back to the ground, Cook. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
Check. 55, come on. All right. Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get there. Slam. Kill.
They run again on first down. Cook. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
On 2nd down, this is Madison. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Ordinarily in short yardage, most people don't run a toss because it takes a little bit longer to develop. But some teams see it as a very physical type run because the amount of people that get out in front of the runner, offensive linemen, tight ends, sometimes an extra back, they like to run that play there and try and run over people.
Check it back.
Back to the ground on first down. Here's Madison. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They'll try to throw now. Cousins toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Intended for Kyle Rudolph. Incomplete. It's now 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Throwing is Cousins. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Hey, alert 48. Hey, we gonna make the 48.
Gun.
Let's go, D. Check 48.
Listen to me.
Check 48's the mic.
Working out of the gun. Cousins to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
It's not like you're going negative on me,
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So,
well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
the Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
Well, you know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
To throw on 2nd and 6. Rudolph. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
52, Mike, 52. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist.
Ready?
Rudolph going to throw on 3rd and 1. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Ready.
Mike part 2, Mike part 2. Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Deep grip, deep grip.
They'll run it now out of the gun. To 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm here all day. Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. I got it.
Shoot.
Here's Rudolph. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point kicker. Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Hey, high 7.
Out of his end zone, Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watched that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah. Not
an actual player? Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And they'll get him down short of the first down, right on the 10-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Here's Matt Wild now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over.
Ready? 15, line. 15, line.
Cut.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And a loose football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Okay, ready?
52. Mike 52. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Back.
Let go.
From the 39, Rudolph. And a big loss here as he's taken down. There for the sack, Everson Griffin. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Set, 8, read.
Hey, they scared. They scared.
Hey, Haywood.
Hey, one set.
Stop.
3rd and long, it's Rudolph. He wants it all for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Our first update now comes from Atlanta. And really pouring it on now are the Falcons. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And all the way down to the 26. A big play there. Cousins to Thielen. 54 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
Gun.
A toss to Cook. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
At the Steelers' 28-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the gun, here's Cousins. And complete, right side, the tight end Rudolph. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go.
On play action, Cousins. And it'll be intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. That's now a second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And fights through one man. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And an alley to run. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. Under 10. Under 10.
10-61. Matchbox lights.
They'll run again with Samuels on 1st down. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 at the 28-yard line.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Watch the ball. Watch the ball. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
They run it again with Cook. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
First down.
Check the hot read. Check 52.
Here's Madison running on 1st down. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Let's go, D.
Cousins on first down. And he will find his man on the outside. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Bring up 48. Hey, exit.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Cousins to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Cousins now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Now this throw caught left side. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A gain of 32 that time.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. And a nice pickup there. It gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone.
Check, 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 check. Check, nickel, nickel, nickel.
Gun.
They try again with Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with the battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is now 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second...
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
52's the mic. Watch Mike. Watch Mike.
Go, go.
52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic. Watch the curve.
Hit it.
Rudolph now to throw. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. The 40. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. So with a big gainer anyways, they'll go ahead and take that instead of the pass interference call.
They didn't need the penalty. It would have been different, right, if they had somehow lost some yardage somewhere, but they did not. Gained all they could, down to the spot of the foul. Nothing to be gained by taking the penalty.
Yep. Ready.
And to give this time to the tailback. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And he'll give it here to his running back. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Set up. 10 Lobo.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Back to throw, Rudolph. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
Ready.
Not today, you are. Not today.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Ready.
52, Mark 52. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Set go.
From the 17, Rudolph. Got an open man. It's Washington. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Let's get it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here we go. 48 mark. Smooth.
Throwing, Cousins. And Diggs has it. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Cousins now to throw on first down. And he's got his man on the out route. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Cousins now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Rip right.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey, boys, we got 4. 4 down.
Hey, Charlie.
Play action. It's Rudolph. He's going to launch it for Washington. And this is taken in at the 5. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Washington, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Sanders now to add the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This is taken at his 4. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They go play action. Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. On 3rd down, Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A great pickup there, 35 yards. And obviously the first down to go along with it. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Working out of the gun, Cousins. He gets this one to Johnson. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll throw again. Cousins. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. To throw is Cousins. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
There's certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion.
Gun.
Now a toss coming right side. Cook. And he will get into the end zone as a 2-point conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the 4th. So they got their touchdown, now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3-and-out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Here we go, set, 90, Wolf. Switch up, switch up. Ready, ready.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you got to feel good about your chances.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield. Cousins. He finds an opening past the 40. Left side caught by Diggs. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. Cousins now from the 50. Going right side here, and that's complete. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Go, go, go. Hey, Delta. Watch 98 to Mike.
Here's Cousins. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Here we go. Check 9, check 9. Big dash, big dash.
Here we go.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. Cook with a 1st down and much more. And down to the 28-yard line. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Cousins to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. He'll run it. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Check 55, Mike. Hey, I'm coming. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55.
Hey, no, easy.
Here we go.
Gun.
55, Mike 55.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full.
One last shot now for Cousins. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in.
Come on, fellas.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but bottom line, they got the job done.
Yeah, it is the bottom line, isn't it? A few anxious moments along the way, though. A few sweaty palms, not just for the team, but for their fans. As you mentioned, down going into the fourth quarter. How about the rally? How about the comeback? Getting it done on both sides of the ball, holding them when they needed to, and finding ways to get points when they had the football.
So for the Steelers, the win keeps them barely hanging on to their playoff hopes as they move to 4-7. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, the problems just get worse and worse as they fall to 2-9 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.